Hi, in this episode of Shrieking Jeeps, by the way, I'm Judah. This is my dad. Come on, Dad, tell me your name.
Hi, I'm Corbin.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Dad. Yeah, so anyhow, on this episode, my dad and I are going to do the caliper on the 12 valve. You going to help me, Dad?
Yes. I will help you.
Thanks, Pops.
Chalk the wheels. Make sure it's in park. Crack the lug nuts before you jack it up.
Here we go.
Jack it up. Install jack stand. Drop on jack stand. Finish shaking off the rest of the lug nuts. Should have drill.
No, we don't.
1 second. 3 4 5 6 7 8. Remove the wheel. Admire 2 jets going by. They're not related to this video at all. Zoom in. Zoom in, zoom in. Jet. Announcement.
So, it's time for story time at the Smith household. Have a look at this. This is a 12 valve with 3 spin hubs. How did we do that? Did we spend like $2,500 on a conversion? No. My father-in-law, who's a fabricator mechanic, dumped a Ford front end in my driveway one day, and I came home and I said, "Hey, what's that for?" He says, "Hey, let's see if it fits your truck." So with my son's help and my father-in-law taking the lead, we have free spins. How do we do it? Well, it came out of like a 95 or a 96 Ford 1-ton. It's a gas, really heavy front ends. And all we had to do, I believe it was from either a 5-bolt or a 4-bolt on the hub. We had to switch whatever that was, which wasn't a huge deal. And on the driver's side, we had to use the Dodge shaft inside because the Ford was too thick, but the splines match up. Everything matched up. So essentially, aside from buying a couple of new bearings and seals and a bit of grease, we got a free front end. So anyone wants to put free spins on a 2nd gen, that's how you do it.
And you can see here the hub is a 1, 2, 3, 4 bolt, and the Ford was a 5, so you just weld over the holes and drill new ones.
So Judah, what is this?
That is your 2nd caliper bolt.
And was one down here that matches?
Yep, that's your first one.
And that is it's a size of Allen key.
Preferably put a, let me zoom out here. Preferably put a tire under the frame so if it falls, it doesn't crush your head off.
Hey look, there's a caliper. And the pads are getting pretty low. I don't see rivets yet. That's good.
Preferably crack the brake line before you take it off the rotor so that it's easier.
Go!
I gotta get a bucket. It's gonna make a mess of brake fluid all over the place. Or not a bucket, maybe just a rag. Finish shaking off the nut. And yeah, it's not too much. Maybe it's a little bit more than I thought.
I'm making a mess, Judah.
Doesn't leak when it's up in the air.
Oh, it does. Don't!
Probably should have painted it.
Like,
We're gonna take the old pads off because we're gonna reuse them. Pull the old ones off.
this little thing right here is a brake sensor. Sort of. It's a sound sensor. So when the brake pad gets low, this little squealy will squeal on your brakey thingy, and it tells you that your pads are low. And then when you brake, the sound goes away. So if you're just randomly driving hearing a squeak, it's time to change your pads.
And then we'll put the new pads in too. We got the 2 hex bolts on the back done up, and now we're gonna bleed them. Ours is enough brake fluid in the reservoir. We probably don't need to buy more. New one on. We're gonna put the bolts in the back of it now.